I'm Betty Monzo. Live in Sedona, homeowner. Have an architectural design background. I have been doing it for 41 years and enjoy it. When I heard about the city wanting to take back the highway, I was more than interested in producing my ideas of what that might look like. I wanted to do this because not everyone can visualize. Even I, as a professional, have trouble visualizing. I really don't know what something looks like until I technically put it down on paper, or in this case, a computer, and the end result is what it will look like. Before that, no one really can visualize. The images came from going right out on the street, taking photographs, taking my tape measure and measuring, and then a lot of research, probably 30 hours worth of research online with the Yavapai website, the Sedona website, going to all types of people to gather my information on lighting, on safety on the highways. I do all of that before I even start to draw. I draw from a photograph that I've taken, put it into the computer. I first put on the blacktop and the lines because we know that that's what ADOT's going to do. And then I was very curious to see what these lights would look like. I spaced them, I measured, I made a map so that I could tell exactly where they were. Some people are saying that the lights on one of my renderings is only 30 feet apart. Well, there's a street between there that's 32 feet apart that can hardly be seen. So I really feel that my lighting is accurate up to 10 feet. I never change the actual configuration of anything. If I did, my scale would be off. So I have to keep it accurate. I wanted to start not only seeing what the lights would look like after I drew that in the daytime, I also wanted to do a shot of what could we have? What could we have and still let people drive into driveways, make left turns into streets? What could we do to make it look nice but give everyone safety in crossing the street? So then I went to the second drawing and I did what I would like to see and what I think we all would like to see. Something safe with lights for crossing. The first one, when I put in the lights, I literally did put people running across. This is what I've witnessed. My neighbor sat out there on the safety with ADOT and sat out on the street and marked down all his notes, and this is what he said he saw. I feel that the night one was extremely accurate on both instances. But let's go to the one with all the lights down the street. Some people are saying that those lights are absolutely not correct. They're not what we're going to get. I have had so much feedback, and probably just on lights alone, 6-7 hours of research and study on the lights. Those lights are accurate. Why you're seeing such a glow from them, you're below them, you're below the light. If you were equal with the light, you would be seeing the nice Monterey shade on it. But you're not equal with the light. You're not up there 35 feet, you're below them. So all you're going to see is the light bulb shining down. That is what you're going to see. What I did after doing these renderings, as being so involved in this, I went to the Voice of Choice for 89A and said, here are my pictures. You can use them carte blanche. They used them on their website, they used them in a brochure, and they used them on a mailing, on a postcard. Very few days, and did it in a brochure, very few days after, a big news article, a full-page ad from Let the People Vote came out in the Red Rock News, and there was my picture from the website, I'm presuming. Had a big wall put down it, but there was still my island, there was still the little boy crossing. It was absolutely, without a doubt, my picture. There was another picture at night with the lights. That was put out by the Voice of Choice on 89A on a postcard. The first time that I was very aware of this, I looked on this website of Let the People Vote and another website, and there was the picture with, it was the same picture, but there had been an insert put on that said the lie. Never could read it. It was too small to read. On October 10th, I went to a debate between the voice of choice and let the people vote. In Let the People Vote PowerPoint presentation, they had my picture of the lights again, calling it a lie. They also had 2 posters mounted in the same room, again with the insert saying it was a lie. I was totally and completely mortified. Not only did they take my picture, which I call stealing, they were calling it a lie. In my profession, I'm very accurate, and I know all the research that I had put into this, and I know it wasn't a lie. But yet they had some fairy tale they were telling that my lights were 30 feet apart, and in fact they were really 250 some feet apart. When in actuality we know they're between 160 to 172 apart. After it was over, I walked over to Sherry Graham, I believe her name was, introduced myself, asked her if we'd ever met or talked or anything before. She said no. I said, well, then what gave her the authorization to steal my artwork? She looked a little surprised and said she didn't steal my artwork, that it was on a public website and that she could take it. I tried to explain to her copyright infringements, which means even if I had not copywritten, which I did, but if I had not copywritten this work, it's still my work for my lifetime plus 70 years. She's not allowed to touch it without my authorization. She didn't look real apologetic and kind of walked away. After speaking with Sherry, I went over and I spoke to Serge Wright, who also is with Let the People Vote. And again, I introduced myself and asked him why he had stolen my artwork for his PowerPoint presentation. He said he didn't steal it, that there was no C on it, and it was his. If it was out there for the public use, it was his work. He could use it. I explained no, that he could not. It was my work. I had given it to Voice of Choice, and he just fought me the whole way and just kept saying, there's no C on it, there's no C on it. I can do anything I want with your pictures. And that was quite an insult, quite a slap in the face. What he had really done is stole approximately, I would say, $75,000 to $88,000 worth of work. I believe that my conversation, even though I didn't feel it was satisfying, with Sherry and Serge at the debate, might have made a tad of impact, because they did take many of my pictures down that they were using in their website. Working with the Red Rock News, they've also taken a few down, but the Red Rock News has let a couple slip in this last week also. They knew that it was my artwork. Pictures had been left for them so they could identify them. They know there's a situation between the 2 groups, but yet they went ahead and printed it. I was very disappointed in them. So much so that I canceled my prescription. I confronted them at the debate on October the 10th. Not to use my work, and they have used it since then. They have put it out. Well, this ad just came out this last Wednesday, so they've used it up to 3 weeks later. I think that these people should be made to tell what they did in a public forum. Since they used it in the Red Rock News in a full-page ad, I personally would like to see a full-page ad apology in the Red Rock News. I think that's only fair. And I think since they did use the images, they should pay for the time they used them. I have several incidences where they've put them in their own postcard, their website, newspaper ads. I think they should be made to pay for that use. There is recourse, and it goes through, again, what I would say, the copyright system. This is not a local matter. It's not just an artist against people matter. This is actually a federal offense that they've committed. They don't seem to care. They seem to be above everything. But in fact, it is a very large offense here in Sedona in an artistic community where everyone has to be afraid of them stealing their work.